Hi guys!
And welcome to week 60 on the Underwater Realm.
Now, as you'll notice, we're not Dave. He's in fact feeling a little bit ill this week, so we've tucked him up in bed with some chicken soup. Get well soon, Dave!
This week I'll be talking to you a little bit about the production design side of things and making our Spitfire cockpit come to life and making it look realistic for camera.
Now, if you guys want to build something like this of your own at home, you can, because in fact, everything that we're using can be found around the house. If you want to try this build, what you'll need is copious amounts of fiberglass body filler, some spray paint, some scrap metal, some tins and yogurt pots, and of course, most importantly,
a genuine Mark 5B Spitfire to take a fiberglass mould off with the help of the Spitfire Society.
Thanks, guys! So everything that we've been doing on this Spitfire has been done on the true indie filmmaking way. We've been trying to cut as many corners as possible, but still create a really high quality product at the end of it. Something, say, like this reflective gun sight that we've had to build. Something like this, an original gun sight, goes for somewhere between 500 to over £1,000 on places like eBay or specialist prop stores or collector's items, and we simply cannot afford that. Also, we wouldn't want to use something, an original piece like this, because we're going to be filling this Spitfire with water, we're going to have flame, we're going to have the actor struggling around, and just out of respect, we don't want to destroy a piece of our history like that. So in fact, Shaz did something quite ingenious.
So basically, I looked at all the original plans, the shape, and basically what you'd see on camera, and looked at loads of other films and reference footage of the reflector gun sights, and fully believe that it can be achieved by just bits we had around the house. So for the pieces of glass, I've used a thick bit of perspex that we cut into shape, a magnifying glass, cut some high density foam for the shape here, and then the rest of it was built from plumbing materials and the base of an old tripod. Now it's not completely finished yet, but that's pretty much gotten into shape, and then once that sits just above the instrument panel where it should on the Spitfire, it just feels right and it just looks almost indistinguishable on camera from the real thing.
Yeah. Now something like this we'd call a hero piece, something that's going to be in front of the camera quite a lot, it's going to be under quite a lot of scrutiny. However, there's a huge amount in the Spitfire just at the sides or on the floor. The camera's going to be moving very quickly. We are going to see it, but it doesn't have to be done in such high detail as that. So simple things like a yogurt pot, cut in half, bit of spray paint, and then the dial from an old Hornby control set does exactly what you need to do. We've been doing things as simple as having cans of beans, washing up bottles in a true Blue Peter style, and in fact, in that style, here's one that we made earlier. It's very, very simple. In order to make the throttle component for the Spitfire, just a couple of bits of scrap metal, the ends of some walking sticks, some MDF, and a baked bean can on the front. You really don't have to spend a lot of money to make some great effects.
And a lot of it is sold in just, as you can see, these parts put together, but then we'll add an extra paint job and use the airbrush to add details in and just really sell the effect and sell it in the scene. And obviously for things that the actors can be interacted with more and get add more scrutiny to camera, we've taken a little more time with, but still not spent a huge amount. Like one piece in particular was this, the control column for the Spitfire. Now, this was just made from bicycle parts, plumbing, MDF, and a dog chew toy for the hoop. But it's still really robust, it still moves in the correct way, and has movable parts, so the actor can completely interact with it.
We also have really, really simple things, like a hair gel pot with a little bit of a switch on there and some bike brake leads, just spray painted gold, a load of baked bean cans, a circuit box, a handle from a drawer and some MDF mounted on that, makes a perfect voltage regulator. And you can also, out of the same hair gel pot, create something like the compass, which is going to sit in front of the pilot and be a really, really nice prop just right there in front of it.
So once we've got all these pieces completed, we're going to put them inside the Spitfire and get them finalised and painted and add detail and texture to them. And one of the important elements is everything needs to be waterproof as well and hold up to the fact that this is going to be flooded. So we're working on the breakaway canopy, and then soon, next week, we're going to start moving all this stuff into the warehouse we're going to be shooting in and start to put it all together ready to be on camera.
Yeah, a lot of really, really exciting developments. We're also building the Spanish galleon, which our special effects supervisor Jenny Groves has been actually working on the cannons for. And once we move into the unit, we'll be building the scaffold rig that will be moving and shifting that set around, and hopefully creating some really, really exciting blog entries for you guys to watch. So keep tuned to the Underwater Realm, and hopefully Dave will be feeling better next week, and we'll see you then on the Underwater Realm. Bye, guys! I'm just making a throttle component for the Spitfire out of an old soup tin, some MDF and some lay around bits of threaded steel that we just had knocking around from a previous project. Pretty much everything that you're going to see is made out of some kind of yogurt pot or washing up liquid bottle. Me and Shaz.
Yeah, basically Mark and I are really aiming to get those Blue Peter badges.
Yeah, if Connie Huck is watching, I really want a Blue Peter badge. So if there is one going, I think that deserves a Blue Peter badge right there.